Okay, I started doing this video and then accidentally swiped left, and it took me to another app and stopped the video. So I guess that was a sign that whatever I was saying wasn't meant to wasn't meant to make it into cyberspace. So turned 50 and have been focusing a lot on how I think I'm leveling up, I guess kind of everywhere. But what that actually feels like is terror and huge insecurity. And and talking to various people, I guess that's normal around big birthdays. I can remember when I was coming up on 40, and this was kind of like before I really woke up and started living authentically. But I remember in my late 30s feeling depressed. Like I wasn't depressed in my mid 30s. Partially because I was on antidepressants, which I started taking in my early 30s. And I wish I hadn't. But basically, they kind of shut off my anxiety. And so for like, I don't know, it was maybe 2 or 3 years, or maybe more. It was kind of like a blissful ignorance where this anxiety that had dogged me my whole life was not there. And I don't know if I was more daring because of that. I don't necessarily think that I was. I felt more competent. My mind seemed to work better. I don't know if I was happier. I think I thought that I was happier, but I don't think that I actually was. And then in retrospect, what I think I understand now was happening was just like all the underlying psychology that stopped me from being happy before was still there. I wasn't working on it. And so that was continuing to kind of ferment. And so the cushion between like where the antidepressants held me and that fermentation kept getting worn away. And then until, basically like, I essentially was feeling the same way on antidepressants as I had felt before I ever started taking them. And so, and that was kind of leading up to my 40th birthday. So what I'm feeling now is not that. Like back then, I think I very much felt trapped in a life that I didn't want, but I didn't know how to break out of it. I don't feel that way today. I feel very fulfilled and rewarded in a lot of ways. I'm still terrified that I'm behind the eight ball And there's a lot of uncertainty in my mind as to what the future will bring. But when I look at who I am and how I live my life and the relationships that I have and the way that I show up for people, I'm in a much different place than I was 10 years ago. And I guess I'm also kind of just coming to terms with this concept that terror is kind of like a normal part of growing. Like, I'll go through periods where I feel more, I don't know, at ease, and then I'll have periods of very high anxiety, like say the past, week or two. And, I think that is a result of actively looking at where I want to get better. And then, as you do that, you're uncovering kind of places where you're, falling short or where you need or want to improve. And it's overwhelming. It's like, holy cow, like there's a lot to do. And there is a lot to do. And, I can just approach it one day at a time and chip away and make progress. And I know that I will make progress because I've seen myself make progress and do things that I didn't know I could do, or didn't think I could do, or maybe thought I could do but just hadn't ever done and didn't know how to accomplish. And then now it's happening. So those are good realizations, and they can be true in the future as well.